Hey y'all, today I'm going to show you how to make some delicious brown stewed chicken with corn and potatoes. You are going to absolutely love this recipe and it's going to pair perfectly with my rice and peas. For starters, I took 5 chicken thighs that are bone in. I took the skin off and I just cut them in half with a cleaver. I left the bone in for the flavor and I'm going in with some all-purpose seasoning. This has like some pimento, some paprika, some thyme. I'm also using some white pepper and one of my favorites, which is some complete seasoning. You could also use some Sazon Tropical and some chicken seasoning. This is one from Aldi. You can use any all-purpose chicken seasoning that you like, and some seasoning salt. This is going to take the place of salt in my recipe, and some original Miss Dash. You know, that got all the herbs and spices and everything that we need, as well as some onion powder. In my bowl on the side, I have some ginger powder, some thyme, some chicken bouillon, and some garlic powder. I'm going to toss that in with 1 tablespoon of my green seasoning, and I'm going to mix and season this chicken well, like I'm trying to get to know this chicken, baby, okay? Like you trying to get its number, all right? When your chicken look like this, you know that your chicken is well seasoned, because you will need this flavor in the whole stew to season the vegetables as well. Pay attention to how I do this browning, okay? It's very important. I have a pan on about medium-high heat, and I'm adding in some oil and about 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar. I am going to begin to cook my browning. This is very essential that you get this right. I cook this for about 30 seconds. And I continue to stir it, right? You want to continue to stir. We're looking for it to get a dark color, and it's just going to start foaming and bubbling. You're going to stir this constantly, because if you don't cook this right, you're either going to get some sweet chicken, or you're going to cook it too long and get some burnt tasting stewed chicken, okay? So this is about 45 seconds in, and I'm going to continue to mix it. Now I'm just starting to see some black bubbles coming on the side. They're dark. You can see it in the corner. At this point, you need to watch it like a hawk. I only have a few more seconds before the brownie is going to be ready. When you start seeing those little black bubbles, you know it's almost there. It's going to take about 30 more seconds, and then your brownie is going to be done. When my browning is finally ready, I'm then going to immediately add in the chicken, okay? You need to have your marinated chicken right there beside you, already at room temperature, ready to go into the pan, because the pan is piping hot. You can't put cold chicken in here, or else it's really going to toughen up your chicken. So place your chicken in and spread it out, and don't move it for about 2 minutes, because we want that color to get on that chicken. As you let this chicken rest and just get that color, trust me, I know you're going to start thinking, I have burned my chicken. My dish is ruined. No, 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 no. Just keep letting it get black, okay? Just trust me, and you're going to get the flavor that you are looking for. Now, this is 2 minutes in, and I'm beginning to turn my chicken. I've put my heat down to just a medium heat now, and I'm going to turn the chicken, and I'm going to cook it for about 5 more minutes. In order to get the chicken to release its own juices, I'm going to cover the chicken and just let it cook on its own on medium heat for about 5 minutes. Do you see all the juices that have now been released? Right. You want that from the meat. It's going to flavor the dish, and it's also going to allow you to release a little bit of that browning from the bottom of the pan, so you can get the flavor sort of developing and coming out. Once I have gotten all the juice out of my chicken, I'm going in with my fresh ingredients. I have some pimento, some tomatoes, some pepper, scallions that I've chopped. This is not a scotch bonnet, but it's a pepper that could replace it. Some onions, as well as some garlic and some thyme. All these will be my fresh ingredients for this dish, and I'm just going to be dumping them all in, okay? I'm going to mix the vegetables in so that they get coated with the browning. And also, they're going to get a chance to release their own juices, because the vegetables are super moist as well. Cover this and allow this to cook for about 5 more minutes. You're going to get some juice out of the vegetables, and you're also going to be getting some little more broth out of the chicken. You see all that broth that we have down there? That is like pure flavor for the stew. okay, pure flavor. And you want that because if you get that to release, you can add less water to the dish as a whole. Now, I only had a little bit of ketchup left in this bottle, about 2 tablespoons, but you know, okay, I'm going to get all of it. So I put some water in there and got the rest of that ketchup. And then I added about 1.5 cups of water just from the marinade bowl, and I'm going to stir this in. Because I got all the broth out of the chicken and the vegetables first, I didn't have to add quite as much water. I'm going to cover this. I'm going to cook this on medium-low for about 25 minutes. Then I'm going in with some potato. This is just like 1 potato that I have cut up. I'm also going to be going in with 1 carrot that I've already peeled and cut into 1-inch pieces. The carrot just gives the stew that beautiful color and it adds a very rich flavor. And I'm going to stuff as much corn into this stew as I can. I cut up 2 ears of corn into about 1-inch pieces, and honestly the corn is one of my favorite little pieces of the stew that you can nibble on. So I was just packing it in here, and I cooked this for about 15 minutes until the potato was tender and everything was cooked through. And guys, this was a super delicious and ultra tender brown stew chicken. This dish is best paired with my Instant Pot rice and peas, which is very easy to make. If you try this recipe, please let me know in the comments, or you can also tag me on IG at Kamira's Kitchen. God loves you and I love you, and I thank you for joining me today. Goodbye.